The practice of mobile marketing is still quite young in the scheme of things, and not all industry pieces are in alignment, and frankly never will be, given the rapid pace of change in technology and social norms we are facing today, much of which are driven by mobile. In order to effectively and responsibly leverage mobile marketing within your marketing mix, it's important that you understand the consumer's norms, policies, rules, and regulations that will influence your ability to successfully and responsibly use mobile marketing within your business. The mobile experience that you provide your customers is directly influenced by the intersection of four groups: consumers, media and mobile service providers, and related industry bodies and governments. It's a balancing act. Each of these groups influence how the industry acts and will act and produce policies and documents that will influence your use of mobile marketing. Consumers. Ultimately, you must service the needs of the consumers. You'll need to provide them value, or they'll find somebody else that will. Today's consumers are very vocal, and they're not afraid to say what they think. They'll either call your customer service, or they'll publicly, through new emerging social media channels, let the world know what they think of your products and services. So be sure to listen to them. If you do, they'll reward you with invaluable insight. And if you don't, you'll run the risk of tarnishing your brand in the marketplace or losing valuable sales. Leading mobile and media service providers. Leading mobile and media service providers all have contracts and policies that dictate how you can use a particular service. For example, Google and Facebook have very specific rules around the types of ads that you can place within their network. The mobile carriers, Verizon and AT&T, for example, have very strict rules on how to follow and use text messaging across their networks. And Apple reviews every app delivered through its app stores, so you must ensure that you meet its policies. When reaching out to service providers, be sure to review and ask them about the policies, handbooks, tutorials, and programs they offer, and how you can use them to help you adopt their services and delight your customers. Industry guidelines and standards. Industry guidelines and standards are developed by industry groups like the Mobile Marketing Association, the Internet Advertising Bureau, and the Direct Marketing Association, just to name three. There are hundreds representing every industry. The member companies of these organizations come together to create efficiencies in the marketplace and to self-regulate the industry so the government does not have to. Here are just a few of the best practices and guidelines created by some of the leading industry groups influencing mobile marketing. The IAB Rising Stars. The Internet Advertising Bureau maintains a series of advertising unit standards it calls the Rising Stars. These ad units, for example the 300 by 600 or the 200 by 250, have been proven to effectively impact brand recognition and purchase intent among customers. The IAB standards have been tested across hundreds of networks through billions of impressions with consumers. So if you're going to get involved with mobile advertising, you really can't go wrong by starting with these standards. The Digital Advertising Alliance. The Digital Advertising Alliance is a consortium of leading trade associations that put out best practices and standards for behavioral advertising. Behavioral advertising is the practice of leveraging and using data, such as consumers' interaction through the web, to influence how we serve ads to them. It's critically important that you monitor and look at the best practices of these groups to make sure that you're compliant with the industry standards. The CTIA Commerce Compliance Handbook. The CTIA, a leading trade body representing the carriers, oversees the creation of the U.S. carrier rules and regulations for running text messaging over their networks. It's critically important that you review and intimately understand these rules and regulations, because if you don't, at best, you'll have your program shut off, and at worst, you'll run the risk of getting fined by the government. To learn more about these rules and regulations, be sure to consult with your application provider, as well as the other industry players like messaging aggregators. Other groups to watch out for in the industry include the Mobile Marketing Association, the National Retailer Foundation, the Path to Purchase Institute, the Mobile Giving Foundation, which oversees setting the rules and regulations for using mobile for charitable giving, the Direct Marketing Association, which publishes a wide range of best practices and standards for all aspects of direct marketing, including the use of mobile, and the Privacy Freedom Forum, which has developed a number of advertising and application privacy standards which will help you stay compliant with the industry regulations. Again, there are hundreds of groups out there. I encourage you to find the group that best aligns with your business, do a search on Google to find one, or call me. Join the group and help contribute your own insight to the industry's self-regulatory practices. If you don't join and contribute to producing the best practices for the industry that you're in, then someone else will write the rules for you.